The only weapon I need is right here.
Do you want to die?
Your voice. I remember you. Think you can defeat me, the man who taught you how to fight? What a fool. Come on, boy. Come try me.
So there I was playing Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on my Steam Deck via backup copies, and I just had a slight thought and I wondered, gee, I wonder how much this game would be if I wanted to buy it physically for the Nintendo Gamecube here in the UK. Well, the prices range from £160 to £2,000. £2,000 for a game. Hell no. God no. I wish to God that people would find these people, round them up and give them a good old slap, because you cannot charge somebody £2,000 for a game. It's just not worth it at all in the slightest. It's not an investment, because normal Joes, the average people, they won't buy it. I have seen games on eBay like Symphony of the Night with Castlevania on PlayStation 1 at stupid price, and it stays at that stupid price. Nobody buys it because you can just play backup copies. You can just get it for free. Now, if Nintendo were smarter, they would make all of their classic Nintendo games across all their generations available to purchase from their Nintendo Switch store. Unfortunately, they're obviously got so much money rinsing people that they can't hear or see the demands for that. But please do not, ever, I mean, again, I say this in other videos, you are more than entitled to spend your money on whatever you want. But I ask you as a favour, as a fellow gamer, do not spend that amount of money on old games when you don't need to. My God, you can just play it for free. Games are meant to be played. Play them. Everyone deserves the chance to be able to play and the opportunity to play all these amazing games. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance was the first Fire Emblem brought over to the West, I believe, and it's a good game. It's more basic compared to the other more recent Fire Emblems, of course. And is it worth checking out? Absolutely. It introduced Ike, and of course he went into Super Smash Bros. Brawl as well. And it's got a good story, and it's got really good characters. There's over 40 characters that you can recruit and stuff. But to get most of them, you have to. Well, not to get all of them, you have to play through the story multiple times. It's got a good lengthy story. Combat is turn-based. As per the usual, level up individual characters, equip them with different weapons and items, the usual stuff. It's Fire Emblem. It is what it is. It's a really good game. It is good. Is it £2,000 worth of good though? Absolutely not. And I say that with much love. I think Fire Emblem Path of Radiance is a really cool game and should definitely be checked out by all. But not even for £160. Seriously, you can buy the Japanese version for like 80 quid. If it was less than £100, I'd be like, do you know what? It's less than £100. You can get it. It's pretty much roughly around the same price as what more modern games are anyway. But it's a decent, well-made game that's actually going to work out the box. You don't need to download no patches or updates or wait for the developers to sort their shit out. And optimization was never an issue then. But for 160 quid. Oh my God, that's just that's starting to go up steep, and then as soon as it starts crawling up into the hundreds of pounds, £500 to £1,000 and above, that's just territory I would not even consider. I used to be a very avid retro game collector about 10-15 years ago, and I had loads of games for all the different consoles. I had all the consoles games, spare controllers, memory cards, the lot. I was I was confused why the Sega Saturn needed a watch battery for the memory card. That was shite. But but I don't have it all now. I've had children. I've had to sell it all. Times got hard. But I have them all backup copied on the PC, so it doesn't bother me anymore. But I tried to get back into it again 2 or 3 years ago, and the prices of the games, I just could not warrant spending that money on those retro games, even though I really wanted them. And that's why a lot of people aim towards the backup copies and emulation and whatnot, because it's free and it's not gonna bankrupt you. It's disgusting. £2,000 for Path of Radiance is diabolically disgusting. Absolutely vile. And there's loads of them as well. I don't give a toss if it's been graded. That's the kind of thing that's destroying the Pokemon card mystique. I was there in the late 90s when Pokemon cards became a thing and were very popular in schools. We didn't care about collecting them for value. We just wanted to collect them and play and use them. Now kids can't even go out and get the newest Pokemon set released because you've got a bunch of grown-ass sweaty nerds. I'm a sweaty nerd, grown-ass too, alright? I am one of them. But I don't go around and fight over brand new Pokemon card releases. That, my friends, is a sad endeavour, in my opinion. I'm sorry, everyone's got to have a hobby, but that is just... That right there is just, unfortunately, something I cannot condone. I've seen the videos on Instagram. I cannot condone that kind of behaviour whatsoever. Seriously, that is where you look at it and think, yeah, you probably need to get a life. That's going a bit too much, a bit too far. I order pretty much everything I want physically from Amazon. If I could, I'd have everything delivered to my house so I didn't have to leave. I am of the opinion, outside bad, inside good. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't be having a £2,000 Nintendo Gamecube game delivered, that's for sure. But yeah, seriously, I saw this and I thought I got to make a little rant about this, and that is it, rant over. Is Fire Emblem Path of Radiance a great game on the GameCube? Absolutely. Is it worth playing? Absolutely. Is it worth $2,000? God no. It's not worth 160 quid. It's just not. Compared to more recent modern games released, it's basic at best. But it's a good story, solid gameplay, and it works out of the box. And that's all we want these days. But please let me know down below if you have checked out Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, if you're a Fire Emblem fan. What do you think about the cost of retro games these days? And as always, thank you very much for watching.